and you take movies like The Quiet American by Graham Greene, which is based on real events, they just changed the names. That's when the Times of London reporter, who's based there in southern Vietnam, he's been recruited by the CIA guy. He doesn't know he's CIA. And the CIA guy is actually running terror attacks to blame it on the North to escalate the war. This is before the war really kicks off in the late 1950s, and it's based on true stories. That really happened. And then all of a sudden, he didn't know the guy's CIA, and suddenly these bombings blow up in the square and kill all these women and children. And then he's running around, the CIA guy, giving orders in Vietnamese. And the Times of London writer just goes and just leans back and realizes, well, literally, the man you're listening to right now saw something just like you see in that movie. Just like what you see in that fictionalized account of real events in Vietnam. Okay? That's why this is so important. Daniel, I want to go to Steve Watson and bring him up for any questions he's been holding for 20 minutes, but I'd like you to then talk about what happened in a nutshell after all of this, what started happening from that point on, please, sir.
I will do. Okay, yeah, well, it took the police investigating anti-terrorist branch of Scotland Yard 7 months to question me. I actually called them, contacted the emergency information hotline the following day, but they didn't get back to me until the end of January in 2006, and I just felt it was as though they were trying to whitewash me, to make out that I was not even there, to actually completely make it look as though I was not even on board the bus.
But it is on record that you were there, and there's an upcoming book concerning it.
Yeah, there is. That's what the Fourth Bomb, the book, is about, and what I went through. I had some surveillance, I don't know whether they were MI5, anti-terrorist branch, or what government organization, but I had a lot of probing. I even gave an interview with a journalist called Duffy. He was working for the Sunday Mirror, and he showed me a picture. This was a week after the actual 7/7. He showed me a picture of Hasib Hussein, and then he asked me, have you seen this person? And I said no, and about a day or two after that, then it was Hasib Hussein was named as the bus bomber in the British press.
And let's be clear, none of the people on the bus said they saw any Asian men.
No, they didn't. And I was downstairs, I saw no Asian guy at all. So,
well, in your own words, describe it. Did you see any, and the other witnesses said they didn't, but did you see any Asian men?
None whatsoever. None on board the bus, none carrying a rucksack at Euston or on the bus or at Tavistock Square.
Off the charts, just absolutely off the charts.
Yeah.
Now you describe this harassment as overt surveillance, I guess, to intimidate you. Walk us through that, some of the stuff they did.
It just started by following me when I came out of my office, on lunch breaks. They were waiting on the corner. There's a place called the Honourable Artillery Barracks, and that's 10 minutes from where I worked, and that is where they kept all the dead bodies from the 7/7 attacks. So the police outside there, every time I used to walk past, they used to have something to say, call my name or something like that. And I think it was just a campaign trying to put psychological stress and pressure upon me, because obviously if it came down to me testifying, they want me to be deemed unfit to testify or something like that. But I think they just didn't want a public inquiry anyway, so they got their own way, and there was no public inquiry.
Any other types of harassment? And then let's talk about how you finally got your meeting with the police and what they did.
Yeah, well, I was chased once in Aldgate. A guy just came after me. I had arranged to meet someone from the office, and then I got there. This guy came after me, so I actually ran into this building, and then he ran in there and followed me, and I actually hid in some offices, And
what did he look like?
I mean,
I'm not saying I'm a tough guy, but if somebody wants to run up on me, I'm going to deck them.
Yeah.
I guess it's smarter to run. But, I mean, explain to me what happened. I mean, describe it in detail. What did he look like? I mean, did he, like, growl and start running at you? I mean, what happened?
He was actually there waiting for me. That's the thing which threw me initially. He was there waiting for me, and as soon as I went past him, he just set off, crossed the road, and came after me. So I didn't run because I was scared of him, because I'm not scared of any of these people.
Obviously, you're on air.
I know I'm not scared. If they want to do what they want to do, go ahead and do it. The truth is going to be out there, regardless. So I just tried to escape from him by ducking into some building, and then he
I just thought here, and I'm stupid. My instinct was I would have gotten a fight, but you're smart, because by then you knew it was police, and actually they would have then got you claiming you just assaulted an officer, and the 50 cameras on you in the surveilled city of 4.5 million would have all malfunctioned, and then they would have claimed you assaulted an officer.
Yeah, precisely. That's what they were trying to do all along, because they asked my flatmate whether I had any criminal convictions. They were already delving into my background and my past, trying to find out whether I had any kind of dodgy or criminal past or tendencies or convictions. And I think they were trying to use that as a kind of weapon with which they could silence me.
It's a lever. That's what spooks and operatives and informants do. We deal with that here locally. Please continue. Well, I want to bring Steve Watson up. You're just telling so much more now. Steve, thanks for holding. Any other key points you want to bring up here with Daniel?
Well, I was just going to say, why do you think it is that the police didn't ask you to come in and give a statement straight away? But it was later revealed that they relied on the testimony of people who were at the scene, but they were either injured or even unconscious in some cases. And also, could you talk about some of the phone calls that you got from? You said you got some phone calls from different police departments across the country, and
you posted those up on your website as well. Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, they were from the West Yorkshire Police Constabulary. They were the police constabulary investigating the 4 alleged bombers, and one of them decided to call me one evening and suggest something which I couldn't make out. I said, "Hey, you've got the wrong number, guy." But he continued and called the following day, and I recorded it and posted it on the web. It just says that I had a vehicle which was involved with transporting something or other to do with the investigation into the 7/7 bombing. And I think
I tell you what, I forgot to do this. John, will you go to his website and again, Daniel, give my producer at the network your website again. We've got a link to it on InfoWars.
World Wide Web, the 4th bomb. It's the 4 bomb.com.
Yeah, go to the 4thbomb.com, and I know I've listened to that a few days ago. Where specifically is that clip so we can grab that right now and play it?
Yeah, it's if you go to one of the 4 boxes, I think it's the 3rd box.
You also got audio on the web and video from the police interrogating you. Let's tell that story. Finally, 6 months later, after demanding it, you get their meeting with them. Tell us about that.
It was just, it wasn't as much as I had hoped it would. They just took my details, but what they did was he rushed through it. It took 4 hours, but he rushed through it. It wasn't really as if they were depending on my information and eyewitness account as a vital part of their inquiry, because of course they had already completed their inquiries, or whatever they wanted to say were their inquiries months ago. So what they did was they waited till they'd worked out their story and then kept me running, and then brought me in and just said, "Hey, okay, what's your story?" just so that they could do their paperwork. But that's all it was, just paperwork.
Tell folks about the diagram.